Today is April 13th, 2018, and this is storyoftheblackconservative.com. Thank you for listening. And today I'm going to talk about why single mothers fail. And before I get into my spiel, I want to explain the difference between a single mother and a widow. A single mother is a mother who's raising a child or children by herself or alone. And they're doing that either because the father has run away, or they've broken up, or they've divorced. And a widow is a mother who's lost her spouse through death and has not remarried. So if you look at those two terms, those are two different terms. And a lot of people always confuse those terms, interchange them, and they think they mean the same thing. And that's not, and that's very false. Those are two different terms, and they should not be interchanged. Single mothers and widows are not the same. And I'm explaining those two terms because of my subject today and what I want to talk about in the podcast. So yesterday I was just browsing through Facebook, and I saw a friend who shared a video of a mother crying, bawling her eyes out, and I listened to this video. This video is about, maybe I'd say 4 minutes long, and it's gained about close to 3 million views. Actually, it's viral. And basically, this woman was in the car recording herself crying, bawling her eyes out, and complaining about her son, who was sitting in the back of the car, throwing tantrums. And she was talking about how people always post videos or pictures on Facebook and Instagram showing how perfect their kids are, or how easy or how perfect they are as parents. And basically her point was, parenthood is not easy. And therefore, people need to understand that. And I was listening to her video, and I saw a woman who was overwhelmed. I saw a woman who was tired, who was just lost of solutions. I saw a woman who had given up in that time. She had given up. So I click on her name. I go through her Facebook profile, and I look at her pictures. She looks like she works out. And I go to the About Me section, and lo and behold, I see, actually, you know what? I will pull up her Facebook page right now. She is a Jesus lover, a personal trainer, beauty hunter founder, and single mommy. That's on her Facebook page. She is a single mommy. And the moment I saw that, I just understood why she was in that car crying and bawling her eyes out while her child was in the back kicking and screaming. I understood why. And these are the reasons why single mothers fail. Single mothers usually have anger towards the father, and they take it out on the child. And especially if that child looks like the father, that child will get it bad. Single mothers are very impatient, and in that impatience, they impose their will on their child. And usually, I'll go back to the point I made about anger. They usually have anger towards the father, whatever they're going through with their father, and they take it out on their child. The child who has nothing to do with their situation, but they'll take it out on the child. And they impose their will on the child. The child wants to do A, but they'll impose B. A child doesn't want to do B, they'll impose A. And this is why we see a lot of kids acting out. And this is why kids end up being angry at their mothers. And this is why a lot of kids throw tantrums. And this is why kids go to schools, go in classes, and they cannot concentrate, or they'll go on the playground and take out their anger on their fellow peers. And actually, my wife yesterday was telling me a story about one of her coworkers. She eavesdropped on one of her coworkers' conversation she was having with another coworker. And this coworker came in sad. And this other coworker she was talking to asked her, "What's wrong? Why are you sad? Why are you down? You seem so down today." And she said, "My son told me today as I dropped him off school, he told me, I hope I die in a car accident." Her son told her that he hopes that she dies in a car accident. And I listened to that, and I didn't even react. I had no reaction to that because I knew immediately what that child was going through, and I knew immediately what situation the mother and the child are in. And this is why single mothers need to understand that it's very, very important to always at least have the father. You might not get along with the father, but try to always have the father in that kid's life. Because kids always yearn for their fathers, especially boys. They yearn for their fathers. So it's very important to understand that taking it out on your child, being angry at your child, raising your voice at your child, showing anger to your child is just gonna mess up that child. You're digging a grave for that child. And that's why single mothers fail. They fail because they impose their will, and they're angry. They take out their anger on their children. And I implore you guys to go check out this video on Facebook. So if you look up the name of the video is actually the name of the lady who posted the video is Sarah Van Sickle. I can post the link in the description below, and you can go look her up and check out that video. That video is viral. It has more than 3 million views. And that video just implored me to come out today and create this video. So single mothers need to understand that, kids are yearning for their fathers.